Well, hey there, XR here. Playing Rift once again. Same character, this rogue Chrysia. Just wanted to show a little bit more of the game as I progress through it. Now level 35, as you can see up here, making pretty good progress considering when I posted my last video like 2 or 3 days ago, I was level 26. I'm in Moonshade Highlands, which is probably my second favorite zone that I know of. You know, like I said, I haven't been to the new expansion content yet, but of the original game zones, you know, Stonefield is probably my favorite, which I showed in my first Rift video, and this is Moonshade Highlands, which is probably my second favorite. I love the sort of New Zealand-y rolling green hills. It's another zone where it rains a lot. It's actually, the sun is going down right now. It's like dusk, so it's still light out, but the sky is all, and you always get the kind of those neat clouds off in the distance off there that make it look like it's raining, and it does rain a lot here as well. So this zone is up here in the north. Since my last video, I was in Scarlet Gorge. I did all of the quests for my faction in Scarwood Reach over here, but not really a fan of that zone, so I didn't make any videos while I was there. But I'm also of the correct level to go to the Droughtlands, which is down here, so maybe I'll go there in a little bit before this video is over, just to give you a peek of what that area looks like. And then after this, I'll be going to Iron Pine Peak, which is another pretty cool area, so I'll probably make a video kind of showing what that place is like as well. I'm back at the moment to using my original configuration, which is mostly Blade Dancer and some Nightblade, although I still have the stealth one that I was using in the last video saved, and you know, I kind of switch back and forth between them. This one is less durable. I have a lot less health because I don't have the Rift Blade points, which is like the Rift Blade is like the rogue tank tree, and the Shadow Stalker is like Assassin Rift Blade, so actually is pretty durable, has a lot of hit points, which is not the case for this one. This one is all Assassin Nightblade, so it's pretty low hit points, but actually does a hell of a lot more damage, and not more damage necessarily, but faster. Like, I can kill people a lot faster with this configuration than I can with the other one. Over there in the distance, that big structure is Hammernell. This area, Moonshade Highlands, is kind of like the ancestral home of the dwarves in this game, so that's like a giant old ancient dwarf fortress, and some of the there's some big dungeons and stuff that take place in there. So, got this big axe, and I've got some, you'll see over there in the corner, I've got some reactive abilities now, which, like, this one I have assigned to X is Reprisal. It deals damage, and it must be used after I've dodged or parried, so you'll see it pops up over here, and then I can hit X. And it's no cooldown, it's instant, so, well, I mean, it has a cooldown, but, like, it'll interrupt whatever I'm doing, so, if I dodge or parry, that pops up, and I can just smack it for like an extra hit, which is pretty neat. It adds another little layer to the combat. And unlike my other one where I was basically stealthing before every fight, this one I don't really bother to stealth at all. I have it on my bar here, but not really much of a point. This is just all about charging in and crushing them before they know it. Ooh, I found the cipher key, which apparently I needed. And I need to just kill a whole bunch of these guys. Which should not be a problem. I also like the weapon effects that come from my Nightblade tree. I mean, the fire on my weapons I always have because of my my veteran bonuses, but the kind of blue fire that comes on them as well are from Nightblade abilities. So the combination of the two looks really cool. That's another thing I need over there, and I can do this. it's just, as you level up, you gain access to more and more tools. It's kind of really, in my opinion, a weakness of the MMO genre, is that I guess they rely on the big, beautiful open world, and, and I'm not talking about Rift specifically here, I'm talking about MMOs in general. Like a big, beautiful open world and playing with other people to get you through the early levels, because with a lot of these games, the farther you get in the game, the more interesting the combat gets, both because of the different things that the game throws at you to deal with, and because you have access to more abilities. Now, that's not necessarily true, I guess, of all games. Like, if you're talking I would call this like a sort of a current generation MMO. This came out in 2011. If you're talking about like a old generation MMO like WoW or EverQuest 2, both of which came out in 2004, that wasn't necessarily true, especially like in WoW. I know you got basically all of your abilities, or most of them. At least, I don't know how it's changed. I haven't played WoW in years, but back when it was like just vanilla or Burning Crusade, you would basically have all your abilities that you were going to get by level 20 out of like 60 or 70 or whatever it was at the time. And so the whole rest of the game, you'd just be getting, those abilities would be getting stronger, but you already had all your tools by level 20. One of the things that I like sort of about Rift is because there's all these different trees, and you unlock these lower abilities by spending points in them. So like, you won't get this ability unless you have 61 points spent in, Assassin, which you're obviously not going to get until you're very high level. You don't get 1 point per level. Sometimes it's 2 points or 3 points. There's a distribution, but the point is just that you're still going to be getting kind of new tools to work with all the way through the game, and you're not going to use all of them. There's just too many. It would be, I'd have buttons up the entire screen and wouldn't use half of them in any given combat. But it gives you a lot of flexibility to do things different ways, to try different ways to do things, and to find a combination that works and is fun for you. And so what I was saying was, like, in this game, someone who's starting this game out might be like, oh man, the combat's boring, because like if you watched the first video very first Rift video I posted was with Kevin. We were levels like 1 through 6. I basically had a builder and a finisher, and that was it. And my fighting would be like, okay, one ability, second ability, one ability, second ability, and that was all I could do, and that's not very exciting. But at this point, I'm charging in, I'm altering my builder and my follow-up, I'm using my finisher, I'm hitting my reactive attack, I'm, stacking my DOTs on them, and all this, there's just all this stuff that kind of comes together. It gives you a lot more to do, it makes it a lot more interesting. Plus, the reactive attacks, kind of give you a way to react to different things that they're, different ways that you can build your character. Like, mine triggers when I dodge or parry a lot, so I have a lot of dodge and parry stacked in this particular build, which makes it trigger more often. I know I had a cleric one that triggered every time the enemy blocked me, stuff like that. So okay, I need to kill one more of these guys. Being a rogue is fun, though. Basically, for the most stress-free MMO experience, you want to be DPS, or a damage-dealing class, because, healers and tanks, very important, obviously. Can't really do dungeons and stuff without them, but they're just not as easy to play solo when, like, questing and leveling up, and a lot of pressure in a lot of those situations. Where it's just like, if you screw up, the group is probably going to blame you in like a dungeon. Whereas when you're a DPS, it's kind of hard to screw up. Not that it's impossible. There are certainly ways for a DPS to screw up a group, but generally, stay out of trouble and hit the things you're supposed to hit, and you can be a good DPS. So that's kind of why these days, I've played tanks and I've played healers. One of my main characters on WoW, who I got to 85, which was the max at the time, was a shaman who I did a lot of healing with in dungeons. But it's just not as much fun to me. I'm done with all that like high responsibility stuff. I just want to hit stuff with my sword. I haven't even done any dungeons since I started playing Rift, and like I said in my last video, the dungeons in this game are actually really good. They're very well designed and challenging and fun, but I just don't. I'm enjoying cruising along, just, you know, questing, unlocking new abilities. I want to get to the Storm Legion content because I haven't seen it before. I have my highest level character in this game, as I know I've mentioned before, is a level 45 priest. So I'm getting close to the end of the stuff that I played through 2 years ago when I was playing as him, but I haven't quite got there yet. So I'm hoping to, well, I'll get through Moonshade, probably do some of Droughtlands, then Iron Pine was where I ended, where I was when I stopped playing last time. So I've never done Stillmore, I've never done Shimmer Sand, I've never done Ember Isle, and then there's those other 2 continents which you can go to after level 50, which I have never set foot upon. So that'll be pretty exciting for me when it comes. What am I doing? Death-infused flora, scan bidden abominations, and kill wandering blights. Okay. This mechanical spider is still awesome, by the way. Still serving me well. Was a good use of the free credits they gave me when I signed up. I'm trying to think of if I want to like get some better or different outfit pieces, but I don't really know what I want. That's what I would look like if I was wearing, if I let it show my actual equipment. It's not terrible. I still like, you know, I like the classy sort of D&D rogue look that I have going there, but alright, where am I going? Oh, I took a wrong turn. I need to be over there. Yeah, it's getting darker and darker out, and like I said, it rains a lot here. Should have done this video earlier when it was daylight, but oh well. Here we are. Zombies. How pleasant. I need to scan bidden abominations. Ah, I bet that's one. Yep. Big 2-headed ogre. Alright, let's get in there. See how much slower I walk when I'm stealthing because I'm not an assassin. They have some ability that makes them walk so much faster in stealth. Plus, I don't get unlimited stealth now. It's only 30 seconds. Oh, I have to actually hurt this guy before I can scan him. Alright. Too hard. There we go. Done. Well, 1 of 6 done. Pick up some death-infused flora. Ooh, there's a death foothold. These are what the, like when the plane guys come through the rifts from the planes, and if nobody stops them, they set up these footholds, which continually spawn guys until you destroy them. It's probably more than a one-man job, though. Everything's all purple because I'm in this sort of death-infused area. Oh good, here's another one of these guys. Hello, Mr. Abomination. You have 2 heads, but it will not save you. This is one thing that I really like about Rift. Back in the old days of MMOs, if you had a quest item, an item, you know, that was specifically given for you, to you, for use on a quest, it would actually be like in your inventory, so you'd have to like either manually place it on your hotbar or open up your you know, your bags every time you wanted to use it. But in Rift, they actually stick the button for the quest item on your quest tracker next to the quest, so you don't actually have to go hunting for it. You can just click on it right over here, like so. Actually seems more daylight up here, which is kind of weird. It's probably just a consequence of the weird specific lighting effects going on here. Is someone actually attacking me, or am I just... No, I just have damage spells stuck on me. There we go. Now they're done. I love the range on those charges. A lot of warriors get, and actually clerics, basically everybody in this game has a gap closer of one kind or another, aside from the ranged classes. And I just love the range on them, how far away you can do it from. Wah! It's really good in PvP. I should do some more PvP too. This game has like battlegrounds, you know, capture the flag type dealies that you can do versus other players. That'd probably be pretty fun. I haven't actually... I mean, I did some of it back in the day when I was first playing. I haven't actually since I came back to it, so I should try that and maybe put some of that in a video as well. After I finish these couple quests, I think I'll travel to Droughtlands before I run out of time on this video, so I can just give you guys a peek of that, although it'll be night there as well, since it is getting dark, which, you know, not that I have anything against night, really. It's just that I feel like a lot of the zones you can't really, you know, similar to real life, when it's dark out, you can't appreciate the scenery as well. Alright, that's the last one of those I needed to scan. Need one more plant, and I need 4 more of those wandering blights. Here's some. Two at once, not a problem. Pop my little damage buff there. Ah, crap. I thought he was dead. There we go. Not a problem. Oops, there's 8. Here's number 9. There's a relentless malingerer over there. That's a pretty awesome name. Alright. Guess I have to kill this guy to get that plant. I don't actually need to kill any more of these guys for my quests, but I need that plant, so... Yes, game is yelling at me because I was using my abilities in the wrong order. Alright, that's done. Kill this one last guy. And now we go back to Timbervale, which was that town I was in, which is over this direction. No, leave me alone, please. Not interested in fighting anymore. Actually, if it's still like duskish like this, we'll probably be able to see pretty well. Get up on top of this road here. Swiftshade Road. Excuse me, don't mind my giant mechanical spider. Who am I kidding? They see weird stuff all the time. Artifact. These are like little collectibles you can get, and you add them to these sets of things that you find on the ground, and if you complete them, you can turn them in for like lucky coins or something, which you can then trade in for cool little items. It's just another little system of something to keep you busy. Alright. Look at this guy, has like a friggin' mechanical leg. I guess it's just supposed to be like a peg leg attached by mechanics, but it looks like a jackhammer or something. Yes, yes, and there should be one more. Yes, it's you.
It's my lucky day.
Thank you. Alright, let me just head on down to Droughtlands. I've already been there briefly, so I unlocked the Portoculum, which will make getting there nice and easy. This is the way far travel works in these games. You have to unlock these things by coming to them for the first time, and then once you've came to it for the first time, these are all the ones I've been to. I had to go through this area. I haven't actually played there yet because it's too high level, but I had to travel through it. So once you get up to them, then you can, teleport back to any of the ones you've been to before for a little bit of money, but not very much. So here we are in the Droughtlands. This is kind of like a sort of desert, not full-on desert. Shimmersand, which is to the south of here, is like full-on dunes desert. This is kind of like Badlands, western U.S. sort, with a weird, creepy giant statue up there that I have literally never noticed before. That's terrifying. This is Lantern Hook, where I am right now, which is the big, defiant town in Droughtlands. It's inside this big rock edifice here, which, if you go a little further out, looks like a giant lantern. But this is a pretty neat zone too, just with all the rock formations everywhere and giant creepy statues. And I've got a couple quests to do here that I picked up when I ran through the first time just to get that teleporter point, but I don't really remember what they are. Maybe I'll just drive over to Shimmersand. It's not that far. There's some zone borders right over here, and just give you a glimpse of that. I'm way too low level to actually fight anything there, but at least give a look at it. And it's basically nighttime now. I'm getting some exploration XP just for walking along, which never hurts. Some scorpions here, level 39. Yeah, a little bit too much for me to deal with. So here's I'm about to. Ooh, where's the actual road? I guess it's over here. Passing in here, so I'm passing into Shimmersand here, which, as I said, much too high. There we go, Shimmersand, much too high level for me to actually fight anyone here. But this is, whereas Droughtlands is much more like a sort of Badlands environment, this is much more like actual desert. Yeah, what level are these guys? 42. Yeah, so not quite within my range, though I can actually go. There's a pretty big city in this zone that I can go to and unlock the Portoculum at least. Here's a little defiant camp right here, but it's off to my right, I believe. I can't even tell. This is actually a pretty big zone. I've never seen most of this zone because I've never gotten a guy high enough level to do much of it. But my hope is that I will. There's the city over there. That I will get this character there probably within a couple of days. So you only have to be around level 43, 44-ish to get in here, and I'm 35 right now. Fortune's Shore is the name of this city in Shimmersand. There's the Portoculum, so I can walk up to that and unlock it and then teleport back. There's a big air rift up there. That's pretty cool looking. Alright, so that was my brief little tour of the desert areas of the world, but I'm going to go back to Moonshade because that's where I'm actually leveling right now, on the complete other side of the continent. So, yeah, just about out of time anyway, so I think I'll call it there. Probably post another video of Rift in a couple days of me in Ironpine Peak, hopefully, but we'll see. Thanks for watching.